What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another brand new MajorBrain gaming video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day as always. And today we're talking about another disappointing kind of point of view from the console perspective, because Dragon's Dogma 2, as we've known for a little while, is running at 30 FPS, kind of, but they've left it just uncapped. So they're just sort of letting the PS5 and Xbox Series X just do its own thing and hope that it gets as high as a resolution as it possibly can. And this just leaves for some extremely bad console performance that we're going to take a look at right here. If I press play on this IGN video, this is their little review, and then they dive into the performance metrics. As you can see, this is just left uncapped, so it's not capped to 30 FPS. You can see it hovers just above that sometimes, but look at the very uneven frame pacing issues you are getting over here. This is what uncapped frame rates cause, especially when they're not going to hit anything like a target. And you can see here when you're jumping down to the 24 FPS there, look at the frame times. This is just unacceptable performance for a literal current gen console that it should be able to do way better than this. Now, this is 100% a game I'm buying on PC. I'm going to play it on Steam. I'm going to enjoy it that way because, hell no, I'm not playing it with this kind of performance at 30 FPS on a console when I don't have to. I have a 4090. I do not need to. But that whole area here, just where the frame pacing's all over the place, the performance is just terrible. This is just a complete disappointment. Now, they don't have any sort of info on the Xbox Series X version as of yet, and they certainly don't have any info on what the Series S version is looking like yet, which I cannot wait to see how that game is going to perform on the Series S. But for now, this is all the information we have. That's what IGN has said the PS5 is running at now. I think the Series X could do a little bit better, at least if you have a VRR display. That is going to help you a little bit more. Maybe the extra power of the Series X will bring it up to like 35 FPS or something, and maybe that will help with VRR even more. But on the PS5, VRR is just not going to be very good at all. I just hope to God the PC version of this game is going to be optimized well for the PCs, because I'm really looking forward to this game, and the reviews so far, apart from the performance on this PlayStation, even IGN's review is very, very positive about the game. People seem pretty happy with the story and the way the game actually plays. I want to see, to be honest, what the resolution is going to be, because talking about another game recently, which is what's it called? Literally just had a complete brain freeze. The pirate game that launched recently. Christ, my brain is just all over the place. Skull and Bones, sorry. My bad, guys. Skull and Bones has an awful performance on console, and on the resolution modes, these games are literally running at like 720p upscaled. So let's bring this across here. You can see, this is just some comparisons from Digital Foundry here. I'm just going to see if they actually put the resolutions on the screen, because I do like it when they do that. You can get a nice clear image of what you can expect. PC version looks phenomenal. It's like a completely different game. But the console performance and also the resolution is just unplayable, in my opinion. Like, I mean, the actual frame rate isn't too bad on Series X. It's pretty locked all the time, and mostly PS5's okay, but just the fact that you're literally upscaling this game from like 720p, I don't think they have the on-screen stuff here to talk about it, but basically the console is actually running at 720p and upscaling it to 1440p, and you get so many like jagged edges on straight lines like this that just makes it look so bad when blown up on a big screen. It just doesn't look very good at all. And it kind of leads me on to my main point. Are these consoles kind of just too underpowered for next gen? And is 60 FPS targets like this kind of holding them back? Like the performance mode looks so bad, in my opinion, that it's kind of one of those things that, like, with the PS4 era, they were never expected to do 60 FPS. So you got these great looking games like Last of Us, God of War, all these first party titles. Now, I know those titles look great on the PlayStation 5, but from third party point of views, then their games never look as good as the main first party titles. So giving them this 60 FPS target that they've got on games like Skull and Bones, is that kind of stopping them having games that actually should look a hell of a lot better, because what I've noticed a lot recently is when you do go to that 30 FPS mode, and this might seem very obvious, but the quality is very PC-like. It looks very, very good at 30 FPS, and that's what you would have been forced to experience last generation, because there was no 60 FPS. You had the 30 FPS mode, and things looked pretty good, but as soon as you switch to that performance mode, you feel like you're literally playing a previous gen title, and it just looks so disappointing, and it's kind of just baffling to me that these consoles are like so much more powerful than their previous counterparts. They don't even play games that are like the PS4 quality, like the quality mode version of the PS4, but just at 60 FPS. They're like significantly worse, and I understand we're getting more next generation titles, but is Black Flag really, sorry, not Black Flag, is Skull and Bones really that next gen? Like, it doesn't feel like it is. And I know a lot of this is down to the optimization from the developers for the hardware, and they don't seem to be doing that, but that can only be an excuse for so long, like, oh, devs aren't optimizing. At the end of the day, if we're saying that about all devs, maybe they are optimizing. It's just the fact that these next-gen games are much more demanding. The PC graphics cards and stuff are so far ahead that they have these very ultra-quality modes on PC, and when you go back to playing something on console, it just looks so much worse. And then going back to Dragon's Dogma 2, just the fact that there is literally no 60 FPS mode on console, and then the 30 FPS mode is just left uncapped, and I don't know. I think a lot of it is that the PC players have always asked for more. They've always been a push, like we need high frame rates, we need 60 FPS minimum, 120, 240, 360, or even 500 some games that actually hit now. But we've seen that for so long, whereas the console fans never tend to ask for more. Most people who are on console don't necessarily look into this stuff. Like, you guys who are watching my video are not a normal console player. You're interested in technology, you're like looking into videos, you're talking about gaming. Most people don't do that. So you've got people in the comments like this guy who's read this thing and said, you know, you can see this thing, it's running at 30 FPS uncapped, and obviously that affects frame times. Most people prefer to play at 30 FPS, so no problem. In our community, guys, we would say a big no-no to that. No, people do not prefer to play at 30 FPS, absolutely not. But probably in the community, like of people who don't look into this stuff intensely and watch a lot of videos on it, they're probably happy with that. Again, here, 30 FPS is the best way to play anyway. What? Like, you know, this guy knows. Doesn't matter. 30 FPS is perfectly fine as long as it's stable. Well, it's not stable. It's terrible because there's no frame lock, and it's got frame pacing issues all over the place. Couldn't even tell you the difference between a smooth 30 FPS versus 60 or 120. This guy has to be on something to not notice the difference between those three frame rates. 30 to 60 is huge, 60 to 120 is massive. The difference in 60 to 120 is huge. It's so much smoother with games. So God knows what it's like. Better spend 50k on a PC. I mean, that's ridiculous. Nobody needs to spend that much on a PC to get 60 FPS, even 120 or even 240. Like, you don't need to spend that much. That's just a stupid statement. But there are a lot of people that don't ask for more, and people just are happy with like 30 FPS. Personally, I'm playing this game PC. I tend to play a lot of my games on PC these days, which is fine. The graphics are so much better anyway, and also at the same time, you just don't have to deal with 30 FPS anymore. I hope to God it's well optimized on the PC version. If it's not, I just won't buy it. As simple as that. I'll wait for the Digital Foundry analysis, and then I'll buy based on what they think of that and go from there. There's plenty of other decent games coming out around that time. I'm actually very excited. I don't see enough people talking about it, but I'm extremely excited for Alone in the Dark, which comes out a few days before that. And then obviously Horizon Forbidden West, the PC version, which I'm extremely excited for because that already looks amazing on PS5, so playing that on PC is going to be absolutely insane. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you happy with this fact that this is 30 FPS? Do you not care about 60 FPS? Do you like that it's unlocked, so maybe your VRR on your Series X will help you out? I don't know. Let me know what you think. And if you buy this game, let me know how you feel like it plays and whether you can deal with the frame pacing. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in future videos. Bye-bye for now.